Hello YouTube, how are you? Long time no see. I've decided to make a video because there's a lot of things going on in the world. We've got fires out of control in America, in LA. We've got Israel and Palestine fighting it out. It just seems like it's never going to end. And we have also got... That's all that comes to mind right now. Oh yeah, there's another thing that I think is very topical and important to talk about right now. So about a year ago, or a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, I don't really know, Prime energy drink was incredibly popular in this country of New Zealand. It seemed like everywhere you went and everywhere you looked, there was people drinking Prime energy drink, particularly the younger people, the kids. And in fact, there became quite a market for it. All of these online stores were very popular for people to order from overseas rare flavors and show off to all their friends, look at this Prime energy drink that I've got. Here's a story from stuff.co.nz about the playground phenomenon of Prime energy drinks. The article is from 2023. It says, they're partially banned in New Zealand for health reasons and can go for upward of $20 a bottle. So why are some primary school aged children going to such extreme lengths to get their hands on them? The black market in some cases can be surprisingly colourful. Behind school playground swings and underneath monkey bars across the country, boldly hued bottles and cans and fantastical sounding flavours like Ice Pop and Meta Moon are being talked about, tasted and traded in a frenzied manner by children. The drinks at the centre of this are Prime Hydration and Prime Energy. Hydration, marketed as a sports drink and launched in 2022, is made up of 10% coconut water along with electrolytes, B vitamins, and muscle-building amino acids BCAAs. It has, according to the makers, zero added sugar or caffeine. Energy, the energy drink variety, was launched earlier this year and contains a massive amount of caffeine. The caffeinated energy drink is not intended for customers who are under the age of 18, the company says on its website. In fact, because of its high caffeine content, Prime Energy is banned for sale in New Zealand, and that still remains the case. However, recently they have come out with a caffeinated can, which has about the same level of caffeine as a Red Bull. So that one is for sale in New Zealand, and I haven't tried it. Recently, I went on a 3-week road trip in America. I started in Canada and went down the East Coast, and it was really cool. Went through California, it wasn't on fire back then. But on my trip, I did manage to get a hold of a Prime Original energy drink. It has about 200 milligrams of caffeine per 330 ml can, which is roughly twice the amount that you're allowed to have in a can in New Zealand. And I quite enjoyed it. It did what it was supposed to do. It had a bit of a kind of like acidic, lemony flavor, a little bit like a V, if you've had a V. And I thought, you know, if I needed an energy drink and these were available in New Zealand, I probably would drink them. I guess I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. It was decent. And where did these colourful, child-friendly, aesthetically appealing drinks come from? They were created by 2 YouTubers, Logan Paul.
I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there. Excuse me? And
We found a dead body.
yo! What the fuck?
You cope with it with humor.
If you guys haven't noticed, I do. I cope with things with humor. While this is incredibly sad, I've said it 1,000 times, it's crazy. Can I get another shot? I have one piece of advice, okay? Listen closely. Don't go over there. Definitely don't go over there.
And the second YouTuber, KSI.
Aren't you the guy that let John Terry smash your ex?
Oh, you want to go there straight away, dear?
I'm pretty sure that's what you're known for.
Okay, you go there.
Vanessa! Whoa! Vanessa! Whoa!
29th, you'll find out.
She jumped on Terry's dick.
29th,
It made
you'll find out.
big boy feel sick. Vanessa! Whoa! Vanessa! Whoa! You really want this?
Wayne Bridge has just announced that he has withdrawn from the fight, pulled out because of KSI's comments. I've always loved boxing as part of my everyday training routine. I was fully prepared to train hard and have some fun. Of course, I expected to face some criticism, but I feel like what was said on Saturday crossed the line. These are deeply personal comments that affect mine and other families involved in the situation. I'm a family man first, and my priority is protecting them. My opponent is someone that many children look up to around the world, including my kids. I hope one day he will look back on this differently. I personally don't want to be involved in these exchanges. I will no longer be fighting on 29th of March.
Arguably, the reason that Prime became so popular, particularly with very young people, is because these YouTubers have huge online subscriber bases and followings and have done so many different things to appeal to people's online sensibilities. Logan Paul came up being kind of a prankster, being very obnoxious and annoying in public in particular.
I'm a maverick, bro. Are the cops coming? Is that a fact?
Não se for fazer.
Boa fare.
Eles providem.
Okay.
You cannot do that.
I'll do it later. My brother is dead. Yo, if you call the police, ask them if they could join the Logan.
No, it's illegal. It's illegal.
Yo, tap me up, son. Okay, we should probably leave. Yeah, we should get out of here. The water's disgusting. Italy, I love you though. Jump the train track.
That's a terrible idea.
Maybe next year. Hey, good morning, Logan. What's poppin'? This is Italian for dummies. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, look it right here. I'm moving about. Mamma mia! Someone find me the pasta. Where's the pepperoni?
And KSI came up more as an all-round personality.
What's white on top and black on the bottom?
Dunno.
Half an Oreo, maybe.
Society.
Oh, how awkward do I feel?
In particular, Logan Paul has been a very kind of odious, offensive individual, but because he's like a quirky online YouTuber, a lot of that is not really noticed, I suppose. He can get away with a lot of things. And KSI, I think, was maybe a bit less offensive, but like he's very cringy.
You don't want this as much as I do. You don't need this as much as I do. No pressure, Tommy. I'll see you soon.
And he's just got a lot of moments that don't particularly seem like those of a strong role model for young children and young people. One thing that really stands out about Logan Paul, and I guess to some extent perhaps KSI, but I'm not as sure, is he is perfectly fine with scamming his followers.
I just got finished roasting Logan for a different coin called Dink Doink, which his fans lost money on.
I'm a Dink Doink fan. Dumbest I ever seen, and that's why I'm all in.
I was surprised when he seemingly immediately jumped into another crypto project. But Logan insisted CryptoZoo, it was different. It wasn't his friend's project this time, it was his. And it wasn't even a project at all. It was a game that could earn you money.
I'm excited to launch my game.
You keep using and you just did it again, you keep using a word there. Game. You're not using like a project. It's a game.
It's a game. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
And I really get strong scammer vibes from him, that he's just in it to make as much money as possible, and he doesn't really care who gets ripped off or who gets hurt along the way. I mean, I haven't seen much evidence to suggest otherwise. And that brings me to Prime Hydration. Because Prime Energy is not really available in New Zealand, Prime Hydration has taken its place. Again, about a year and a half ago or so, it was prominently featured in supermarkets. Supermarkets would actually have a special stand for Prime. I actually remember being in a supermarket and seeing a kid walk past with his mum, and as the kid walked past, he was like, "Oh, is that Prime?" He was incredibly excited. But over the course of the last year and a half or a year, I noticed that Prime receded from being near the checkouts. You began to see very large bins full of Prime drinks at extremely discounted prices, but I think that's because a lot of them were past their best before date. The amount of unsold bottles showed how much they'd overstocked and overestimated how much Prime people were going to buy. There was a novelty aspect to it that was really big when it first began. I think as the kids get older, perhaps they're discovering that Logan Paul and KSI are kind of lame, but that's just my conjecture. There's also conversation about whether Prime Hydration is a scam, because they market it as a hydration drink. When a drink has a very specific purpose of hydrating you faster during or after a workout so that it restores some of the electrolytes in your body.
For the last time, I'm pretty sure what's killing the crops is this Brondo stuff.
But Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops?
Yes.
Water? Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be out of the toilet, but yeah, that's the idea.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
To oxygenate your blood, make things a little bit easier for you in the gym. And there's been a lot of exposés about how Prime Hydration lacks the electrolytes and the minerals and elements that you actually need in a hydration drink. There's a really good video which breaks it down.
If you're partaking in a sport, especially something like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that I do, where we lose loads of water and loads of salt, if you replenish with just water, over time you're going to create a negative balance of sodium, which is an electrolyte. And electrolytes are very important to maintain optimal performance. Could have gone for a science lesson there, but I didn't. We can see the amount of sodium, which is salt, being just 5 milligrams. Then if we look over here at Powerade, we can see sodium at 168 milligrams. So this one's got a lot more sodium, which is one of the key players we need to keep an eye on in hydration. When it comes to replenishing water and salt, there is one thing that is used to speed up the process. Glucose is a very big player in speeding up the process of getting these electrolytes into the bloodstream.
This 20-ounce bottle of Gatorade has 34 grams of sugar in it. One bottle of Prime has 2 grams of sugar. That's 17 times the amount of sugar.
So it's completely ineffective and it's mislabeled as a hydration drink, which you could argue is just another scam. But please note, it's generally understood that you don't need hydration drinks unless you're doing very high intensity or high endurance workouts and you desperately need fast hydration. In general, water is just fine. I would like to do a taste test of the main flavors of Prime Hydration that are available in my country. I have a collection of 7 Prime Hydration drinks here, and I'm going to give them all a taste test. I just want to note that I'm missing the flavor of strawberry watermelon, so if you were really hoping that I was going to test that one, I couldn't find it, and I don't have one, and I apologize. I have got the following flavors: orange flavor, Meta Moon, blue raspberry, lemonade, ice pop, tropical punch, and finally, lemon lime. I also have the spit bowl in case I have to spit it out because it's so disgusting. Also have some water so that I can clear the pores. Pores? That's not what you have in your tongue. Taste buds, whatever. And make this a fair and effective test. My scale is going to go from
I'm simply here to apologize.
To
I've had a lot of time to reflect.
To
pretty dope, pretty savage.
What criteria am I going to use to decide whether they taste any good? I think it's just going to be general drinkability. Like, could I imagine drinking this on an ongoing basis? Would I want to buy this every other day? Is it a pleasant taste? Is it an annoying taste? I'm going to pick one to go with at random. Lemon lime. Lime. Consume 1 bottle pre or post workout. Consume no more than 1 serving bottle per day. Let's give this a try. It smells like lime juice. That lime juice you buy in the supermarket that you can use in cooking, but a bit less harsh. Yeah, this is just like a lemon lime cordial. It definitely has this artificial aftertaste. The flavor, it really sticks on your tongue, the lemon lime. Yeah, that flavor is not going away, it's staying. I'll see if having some more now makes it better. Now it's just that same cordial taste. It's strange how the flavor is so persistent. I guess this one is kinda...
I've had a lot of time to reflect.
Medium, I guess. I actually don't mind the flavor of it. The flavor of it's not bad. It's just that it doesn't go away, that it keeps going. It's kind of irritating. I'm gonna put lemon lime as medium. Tropical punch. Let's see if this has something different to offer. Whoa, it smells like, it's not sarsaparilla, right? But like almost, yeah, like Dr. Pepper almost. I'm not an American, I don't drink Dr. Pepper, so I might be off about that. Let's give this a try. Definitely like Dr. Peppery, kind of tangy feel to it. I think I don't mind this one, maybe. It's still got like that ongoing taste. The flavor of the actual drink lingers for such a long time in your mouth that it gets kind of annoying. And I think if the flavor wasn't lingering so long, that I actually quite like the flavor of this. Of course, it's quite sweet, and that's a criticism that I think a lot of people would have, that they taste very artificial and sweet. Yeah, and the sweetness is a little bit much. I will have to put this one as slightly above medium. Yeah. After just drinking a little bit of 2 primes, I still have the taste of them in my mouth 2 minutes later. You can tell that you've drunk this stuff. It's a weird aftertaste. I'm going for the most colorful one. This one is called Ice Pop flavor. I like the packaging of this, and I can see how it would appeal to children. This just smells like tropical punch, but harsher, more acidic, more acid smell. I don't even know what that flavor is. I don't know what I'm drinking. It's kind of like sweet and lemony and acidic and Dr. Peppery and kind of stale. It's almost like drinking sweat, lemon flavored sweat. It says on here cherry lime and blue raspberry, and I can't really tell any of those. I guess maybe lime a little bit. I don't get it. I'm confused by this. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's lingering. This is not so good. Between terrible and medium.
I'm simply here to apologize.
This whole task is getting more and more challenging the more prime I drink. It's all just adding up and turning into like a sewage swamp in my mouth. Let's move on to lemonade flavor. It can't be that hard to screw up lemonade, but it's probably going to have that familiar artificial taste to it. It smells lemonade-y. Okay. No, it's ruined again by that sickly sweet flavor that seems to be in all of the prime flavors. They all have this like sickly sweet ongoing taste. It smelled like it was just going to taste like lemonade, but again, it's got like that artificial sweetener kick at the end that just keeps going. Yeah, that's disappointing. They all sort of taste the same. Like, they all taste very similar. Even if they smell different, once you actually drink them, you have the same sensation with pretty much all of them. I gave Tropical Punch above medium, Lemon Lime medium, but I hadn't tried Prime yet. So I think I was being kind of generous, and I think it's going to have to do a little bit more to distinguish itself, or like feel like it's actually a kind of different flavor and it's just not a different combination of the same sweetener crap that's in the other ones, for me to actually put it higher. So I guess my ratings are just going to go lower, and Tropical Punch and Lemon Lime were lucky because they were the first two. I don't know if it's worse than Ice Pop. Ice Pop was pretty bad, so I'll probably put this slightly above Ice Pop. It's still pretty shit. Only 3 to go. I'm going to speed this up. I'm getting the impression that they all kind of taste the same. This one is Blue Raspberry. I'm trying to figure out if I'm starting to feel sick, but alright. Blue Raspberry. What the? I can smell the attempt at raspberry. It does have a raspberry tang to it. It's like Ice Pop, but less like stale sweat, a little bit more citrusy. Okay, that tastes terrible. Oh, this one tastes disgusting. I don't have the words to describe the badness of the taste. Somebody who was eating lemons urinated and then turned it into a drink, I guess. I don't know how it's described as stale tasting. I think it's even worse than Ice Pop. That's the worst one so far. It looks like my scores are just going further and further down. I've got Meta Moon left, and I've got Orange flavor. Orange flavor could either be just a regular orange juice flavor, or it's just gonna be like all the other flavors, artificial shmush. Orange flavor, let's try this out. That's quite sweet in an orangey way. That smells like a very tangy orangey juice, like an overflavored orange juice. It definitely has a different smell than the others. It smells a lot more distinct. It doesn't smell like generic acid, that it's more orangey. Yes, here we go. On the first gulp, I didn't get the aftertaste of the sweetener just hanging around your mouth. But maybe my flavor centers are already contaminated because I've had so much prime to drink. I really should have a washout. A little bit more. Just trying to clear my tongue here. The reason this one's taking me so long is because I actually really like the initial taste of this. The initial taste just by itself was it was good. If you just got that initial taste, I actually really wouldn't mind this one. It actually tastes more like what it's advertised as, although who knows what ice pop is supposed to be. It actually was quite flavoursome, and you can kind of tell it was orange. But then it still got that sickly aftertaste. It seems to be an element of all of the drinks, but I actually think that this is probably the best out of all of them that I've had so far. If I had to choose one out of the lot of these, if I was in a supermarket and I had to buy a Prime, I think I'd probably get this one. It's just a shame it's let down by the aftertaste. Yeah, that's the best so far, but not amazing. On to the final flavor, Meta Moon. Who knows what that means? It could mean my doom. What the? It smells like some sort of electrical board or something, or like cables. It smells like copper wires that somebody has smeared some old berries onto. Yeah, copper wire and berries, that's what it smells like. Who even knows? Candy fruit flavor drink. That's just a wild ride. Very sweet. Yeah, it's like the sweetest one so far. But I feel like this one is a little bit more confident. Like this one actually has the guts to be something. This is less of like a random smoosh of flavors. You can tell that it's a candy flavor. I think it's certainly too sweet. And I think if I drank a bunch of this, I would just feel kind of sickly. Yeah, and I really have to pee. Oh, I've drank so much Prime. I'd give this one...
I've had a lot of time to reflect.
I would have given it a better score, but it wasn't lucky enough to go first. So I have to finish this video quickly because I have to pee. This is how I have ranked things. Up here we've got amazing. I've got orange here, but I would not say that it's that high. I think it's just because I drank it later in the taste test. Tropical Punch and Lemon Lime medium, but they were just lucky because I drank them first. I would probably actually put them more down here. Probably the only thing that I would put over medium would be orange. I'd probably put orange where Tropical Punch is. I'd probably move those two down to there, and Blue Raspberry was just horrific. I actually think that that is too high for orange because if I put other drinks that I actually like drinking into here, I would probably put some of them around here. That means that I would actually want to go back and drink those, and I don't think I would want to go back and drink orange. It would just be if I had no option but to choose a Prime Hydration. If someone said, here's all these free Prime Hydrations, I'd go for the orange. This ranking system is complete trash, and I would just move all of it down because the flavoring ruins these drinks. These are incredibly synthetic, artificial tasting drinks. I cannot imagine doing a workout and then reaching for a Prime, not just because of their lack of hydration properties, but the sickly sweet taste would be very distracting while you're in the gym. I've had Powerade and Gatorade. They do not taste quite as artificial as these. So what was the point of all of this? What did we learn? That people like things that suck, and what are you gonna do about it? I've also been out of the game and I wanted to make a video, and this was just an opportunity to do that. Now I can finally throw away all of these Prime bottles. I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of things, so I'm gonna catch up on a little bit of news. Donald Trump was running against Kamala Harris, so I want to catch up with that and see what happened. Kamala was doing pretty well, so yeah, I'm feeling fairly confident about that. And yeah, I guess I'll just like have a look at some of that news and just see if anything's gone on, because yeah, a bit out of the loop. So anyways, that's my review of Prime Hydration. Drop me a like and no, you don't need to do any of that stuff. Just you do you. Bye.